close to my head. Red, red wine. It's up to you. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am RGR Figueroa, and today I'm going to tell a story entitled We Filipinos Are Mild Drinkers by Alejandro R. Roces. We Filipinos are mild drinkers. We drink for only three good reasons. We drink when we are very sad, we drink when we are very happy, and we drink for any other reason. Once upon a time in the barrio near the flow fields, an American soldier asked a farmer to drink whiskey. The farmer didn't accept it. Instead, he said, "We Filipinos are mild drinkers." After that, the American soldiers dared to drink mild. When the Americans recaptured the Philippines, they built an airbase a few miles from our barrio. Yankee soldiers became a common sight, and I met a lot of GIs and made many friends. I couldn't pronounce their names. All Americans looked alike to me. They all looked white. One GI carried a half-pint bottle of whiskey and offered me his half-filled bottle, but I declined. He patted my head and said, "Hello, my little brown brother." I replied, "Hello, Joe." Well, in the Philippines, every American is referred to as Joe. "Are there any bars in this town?" he inquired. You know, that's the first question that American soldiers ask when they visit in our barrio. I apologized and said, "I'm sorry, Joe. In this barrio, there are no bars." "Oh, hell. Do you know where I might be able to get some more whiskey?" "No, Joe," I replied. "I apologize for the inconvenience. We don't consume whiskey." "Here, have a sweet. You have been working too hard," he said, offering me his half-filled bottle. I answered, "No, thank you, Joe. We Filipinos are mild drinkers." "So, you don't drink at all?" "I drink, Joe, but not whiskey." "What the hell do you drink?" "I am a lambanog drinker." "Jungle juice, eh? Do you know where I might be able to get some?" "You can have some if you want, but I don't think you will enjoy it." "I'm sure I will like it, alright. Don't be too concerned about it. I have drunk everything. Whiskey, rum, brandy, tequila, gin, champagne, sake, vodka." He mentioned many more that I cannot really spell. "Say, you don't drink quite a bit, don't you?" I asked. "I don't just drink a lot. I drink everything. When I was in France, I drank Channel number 5. William's shaving lotion had me sauce in New Guinea. I got pie-eyed with medical alcohol while I was in the hospital. On my way here, in the transport, I got stoned on torpedo juice. You ain't kidding me when you say I drink a lot. So, let's have some of that jungle juice, eh?" "Alright," I said. "I will just take this carabao to the mad home. Then, you can go home and drink." "You sure love that animal, don't you?" "I should," I replied. "It does half of my work." I unhitched my carabao tattoo from the plow and led him to the mad home. Joe was following me, then I said, "Let us go." And we proceeded towards my house. Joe was curiously looking around. "This place is full of coconut trees," he said. "Don't you have any coconut trees in America?" I asked. "No," he replied. "Back home, we have the pine trees." "What is it like?" "Oh, it is tall and stately. It goes straight up to the sky like a skyscraper. It symbolizes America." "Well," I said, "the coconut tree symbolizes the Philippines. It starts up to the sky, but then it leaps away down to earth, as if remembering the land that gave it birth. It doesn't forget the soil that gave it life." In a short while, we arrived in my nipa house. Then I climbed the ladder on the tree and picked some calamansi. "What's that?" Joe asked. "Philippine lemon," I answered. "We will need this for our drinks." "Oh, chasers?" "That is right, Joe. That is what the soldiers call it." I went to the kitchen and took the bamboo tube where I kept my lambanog. Lambanog is a drink extracted from the coconut tree with pulverized mangrove bark thrown in to prevent spontaneous combustion. It has many uses. We use it as a remedy for snake bites, as a counteractive for malaria chills, as insecticide, and for tanning carabao hide. We were both seated on the floor. I poured some of my drink on the bamboo floor. It went through the slits to the ground below. And then Joe asked me, "Hey, what are you doing? Throwing good liquor away?" "No, Joe," I said. "It is the custom here, ways to give back to the earth a little of what we have taken from the earth." "Well," he said, raising his shell, "here's to the end of the war." "Here's to the end of the war," I said, also lifting my drink. I gulped my drink down. I followed it with a slice of calamansi, deep in rock salt. Joe took his drink but reacted in a peculiar way. His eyes popped out like a frog's, and his hand clutched his throat. He looked as if he had swallowed a centipede. "Wait, a chaser," he said. "What is wrong, Joe?" I asked. "Nothing," he said. "The first drink always affects me this way." "Well, the first drink always acts like a minesweeper," I said. "But this second one will be smooth." I filled the shell for the second time. I lifted my shell and said, "Here is to America." And Joe also said, "Here is to America." After a while, I poured again the juice and I handed Joe his drink. Both of us said, "Here's to the Philippines." Just as I was getting in the mood to drink, Joe passed out. He lay on the floor flat as a starfish. I decided to take Joe back. I had to call 4 of my neighbors to help me carry Joe because he is too heavy. The whole barrio was wondering what would happen to the big Americano. After 2 hours, I arrived at the airfield. I found out which barracks he belonged to and took him there. His friends were glad to see him back. Everybody thanked me for taking him home. As I was leaving the barracks to go home, one of his buddies called me and said, "Hey, you! How about a can of beer before you go?" "No, thanks," I said. We Filipinos are mild drinkers.